Dear students, good morning. I am A.K. Kashyap, PGT Chemistry. Today I am taking an important topic which is very useful for our day-to-day life. Some chemicals we are using for our betterment, for treatment some disease, and for our cleanliness. We use some compounds. Today we are discussing about this. And these chemicals are useful in our day-to-day life. That's why the topic is chemistry in everyday life. Here are some chemicals we are using as a medicine, as a disinfectant, as so many types. In medicines, the chemicals which are used, they are classified as analgesic, antipyretics, tranquilizers, antiseptic and disinfectant, antibiotics, and antacids, finally antihistamines. These are some classes of compounds which are very useful, and we should know about some basics of these chemicals, these compounds. I am taking one by one and some examples along with that. The first type of chemicals are analgesic, antiseptic, antipyretics. These all chemicals are known as drugs. We should not misunderstand what is about drugs. Those chemicals which are used to cure disease, which are used to identify them, which are used to prevent the patient from the disease and cure, these chemicals are called drugs. And these all are different type of drugs. If you go to the shop, the chemist classify the medicine not according to their name, according to their types, like antipyretics, analgesic, tranquilizers. In this way, he arrange the medicines. That's why you should know about these medicines, what they are and what is the use of these chemicals. Antipyretics. Those medicines which are used to lower down the body temperature during high fever. These chemicals, these medicines are called antipyretics. Actually, fever is not a disease. It is a symptom, something going wrong inside the body. And because of some metabolic processes which are going on with very high rates, our body temperature is rising. The doctor's first preference is to lower down the body temperature, to maintain the body temperature so that our systems may work properly. Therefore, these medicines, they are very common and they are known as, some examples are, for example, the examples are paracetamol, which is very common medicine. Paracetamol. Another example is aspirin. Aspirin is this type of organic compound having one functional group as carboxyl. It is benzoic acid, and another group is like this, OCOCH3, a derivative of an ester. Its IUPAC name is, it is overall benzoic acid, and this is called acetoxy. 2 carbon atoms are there, that's why it is acetoxy, and its position is 2-acetoxy benzoic acid. Similarly, paracetamol is also having the same benzene ring along with some groups, and they are working as antipyretics, slowing down the body temperature during high fever. So many other medicines are also used for this purpose. That's why we should know about some names of these antipyretics. The other class of medicine is analgesic. Analgesic. Sometimes we feel body pain. That is because of some deposition of unwanted chemicals due to physical activities. It is necessary to dispose these chemicals, and it takes some time. To stop their side effect, we use some medicines, some chemicals. They are called analgesic. These chemicals reduce the body pain due to some reasons, and they give relief to the patient. That's why they are called analgesic. Aspirin is one of the common analgesic which is given to the patient, and another example is ibuprofen. This is also very common medicine given in this analgesic problem, and it is also one of the important analgesic, ibuprofen. So many other chemicals are also used for this purpose. The other class of chemical, tranquilizers. Third one is tranquilizers. Tranquilizers. Sometimes we feel stress due to some reason, anxiety due to some reasons, and doctors are advising some specific medicines to give relief against this type of symptoms. They are known as tranquilizers. These chemicals actually disconnecting the nervous system to transfer the message. Therefore, it should be taken in prescription of the doctors in suitable amount. These are tranquilizers, and tranquilizers are some two different types. Some tranquilizers are like that narcotics drugs, and if you are using them in long run, we become habitual for them. Therefore, it should be taken under prescription of doctors only. That's why these tranquilizers are one type of chemical is barbiturate acid. Barbiturate acid. And some derivatives of barbiturate acids, they are known as barbiturates. Barbiturates. These barbiturates are derivatives of barbituric acid, specifically known as luminol. One example is luminol, seconal, and veronal. These are the chemicals given under the prescription of doctors. Next medicines are antiseptic and disinfectant, well-known chemicals, and we are using in our day-to-day life. Antiseptic and disinfectant, their uses are to check the microbes, to stop their growth, to kill them, but there is a slight difference. Those chemicals which are used to kill the microorganism, to stop the growth, and can be used on living tissues, they are known as antiseptic. And those chemicals which are used to control the growth and kill the microorganism, and they cannot be used on living tissues, they are used for cleaning floor, toilets, etc. They are known as disinfectant. They cannot be used on living tissues. That is the main difference in these two. These chemicals are, one chemical is Dettol. Dettol, very common, very useful, we all are having at home. This is the mixture of two compounds. One is chloroxylenol, xylenol. It is the derivative of phenol, OH. Here when we attach 2 CH3, it is known as xylene, and its derivative, when Cl attached to this, it becomes chloroxylenol. It is one of the main component of Dettol. Another component of Dettol is terpenol. When this terpenol and chloroxylenol dissolve in suitable solvent, it is commonly called Dettol. It is one of the very good antiseptic. Some other examples are iodine, I2 dissolved in 2 to 3% in alcohol and water. That solution is also used as antiseptic and it is well known as tincture of iodine. It is also very common. Another chemical, that is an iodoform, that is the compound CHI3, triiodomethane, is also used as antiseptic. Some disinfectant are like chlorine gas, Cl2, we are using as disinfectant. It's 0.2 to 0.4% is permitted in drinking water. It kills the microbes and algae present in drinking water. Sulfur dioxide is also one of the very good disinfectant. It's a low concentration used as fumigant to clean the various houses and other infected areas. These are some antiseptic and disinfectant. One example that is used as antiseptic and disinfectant, that example is phenol. Phenol is a compound, well-known compound, and it's 0.2%. It is working as an antiseptic and it's 1% concentration working as disinfectant. Therefore, we should know about this chemical, which is used for both the purposes, antiseptic as well as disinfectant. And here also, chloroxylenol is also one of the chemical. Its controlled concentration is used as antiseptic as well as its concentration slightly higher, it is used as disinfectant. These are very useful chemicals. We should know the differences between these two. Another very important chemical is antibiotics. Nowadays it is very popular medicine, well-known medicine, but it has some side effects also. We should use this antibiotic under the prescription of doctors only. Some advanced countries, they have banned over these chemicals. They are having some other compounds which are removing antibiotics. Then we should know what are the antibiotics. Antibiotics are unique chemicals. They are released from microbes. They are obtained from microbes and used to kill the other microorganism. That is the special feature of these chemicals. They are taken from microorganisms, some bacteria, and used to kill or control the growth of other bacteria. That's why they are specific compound antibiotics. The first antibiotics was discovered by Alexander Fleming. Sometime it is asked in our GK questions, who is the discoverer of antibiotics? He was Alexander Fleming. In 1929 he discovered this chemical. It is an organic compound and it has so many side effects also. That's why before giving to the patient the penicillin, its checking is must. What is the response of the patient? It should be clarified, then only it should be given. It is so many types like penicillin G, penicillin K, penicillin R and penicillin V. But nowadays so many derivatives of penicillin are discovered. They are having low side effect and they are also very useful. That's why antibiotics are the chemicals which are used to cure so many diseases. That's why they are classified as narrow spectrum and broad spectrum. Narrow spectrum antibiotics are used to treat the specific disease, like afloxacin is a narrow spectrum antibiotic, and tetracycline is also one of the antibiotic, and so many broad spectrum antibiotics also available. They are used to kill so many microbes, so many varieties of microbes, and used to treat the so many diseases. That's why when we go to the doctor and he prescribes him some antibiotics, he was taking care whether it is narrow spectrum required or broad spectrum required. Chloramphenicol is one of the important well-known chemical. Erythromycin, now it is very familiar. It is also one of the broad spectrum antibiotics, and it may be given under prescription of the doctors only. So we should care about the antibiotics. Antacids, also very well-known chemicals we are having at our home. They are used to control the pH of our digestive system, especially stomach. Our stomach releases hydrochloric acid, and this is used to kill the microorganisms which are present in our diets, in our food. That's why its presence is must for the proper digestion. When the release of hydrochloric acid is beyond the limit, then we feel some problems like burning hurts, indigestion. Therefore, doctors are prescribing us to take some such type of medicines which can control the pH. Actually, these medicines are the compounds of hydroxides of metals. These hydroxides are used to control the body pH, stomach pH. They are basic in nature, and they neutralizing the acids released by the stomach. And the some important examples are ranitidine. Once it was the best selling drug and used to treat the patient having such problems, acidity problem. Ranitidine, cimetidine, and at our home, sometimes we are also using sodium bicarbonate, baking soda solution. It is also first aid for such treatment, for such difficulties. That's why antacids are used to control the pH of the stomach for proper digestion. Some medicines are like that. They are advised to take before food, before meal, 10 minutes before meal. They are controlling our system, which are responsible for the release of the acid. This medicine going to control such systems, therefore release of hydrochloric acid is in controlled manner. Antihistamines is also a specific type of chemicals. Sometimes we feel allergy against some food items, some environmental materials like pollen grains, dust and mites. And some unwanted symptoms arise in our body like some swelling, some red spot and some uneasiness. This is due to release of some unwanted chemical inside the body. They are called histamines. Histamines are a special type of materials released by the body to control the release of chemicals. Or some problems arise because of the food and other items. They are called antihistamines. The antihistamines are going to check the release of histamines present in the body. Therefore, allergic symptoms can be stopped. Jeet is one of the well-known medicine. It is a trade name, Jeet. It is well-known medicine, small medicine given to the patient during an allergic condition. So these are, I have taken some chemicals used in medicines which are useful in day-to-day life, and we should know about this. That's why it is included in our syllabus.